Hey guys, it's TheKamsh here, and for today's article we're going to play a versus series against another columnist. So the three decks we're going to be playing today are Warrior Control, Fatigue Mage, and the Wisp Druid deck that I wrote an article about last week. And all these decks have articles on the site, so you can check them out and try to play them if you like something you see. But we're going to start with Warrior Control just because it's sort of good against everything. We're playing a best of 3 format, which is what a lot of the entry-level tournaments are at. So the winner keeps the same deck, the loser switches to a different deck, and the first person to 2 wins wins. Looks like we're playing against Paladin. We're not going to keep any of these cards. We're looking for our Whirlwind and our early drops. Armorsmith is good, War Axe is good, Execute isn't great, but this is generally a very good hand. I wish I had the Tesba card back. It's so cool. Alright. We can't play anything, so we're going to go ahead and pass. We're likely going to play an Armorsmith next turn, unless he coins a 2-drop that we can kill with Fiery War Axe. Or possibly play Zombie Chow. Against the Shielded Mini-Bot, we're just going to play Armorsmith. And then we can pop the shield and kill it with Fiery War Axe next turn. He's probably just going to use Hero Power now, but the fact that he's thinking about it means he has another 2-drop worth playing. Knife Juggler. So our main priority here is to take out the Juggler. There's actually a few ways we can do that. We can go Cruel Execute it. We can just equip Fiery War Axe. We can also Cruel Taskmaster, hitting our Armorsmith, and then kill the Juggler. We went with the War Axe play because the Cruel Taskmaster on this isn't very good value because it just dies when trading with the Juggler, and we want to save our Execute for something bigger. We're getting kind of low, but our life total isn't a huge problem here. Here I kind of want to, definitely going to clear this. So we're going to go like that. Now we can use Cruel to clear the 1/1 and then armor up, or we could play Acolyte. I'm going to go with Acolyte here just because this isn't as much of a threat. He's already used coins, so he can't buff it with Quartermaster next turn, and this will let us draw cards. And I'd rather use Cruel Taskmaster on this to draw a card and gain an armor. So he's a little bit ahead on cards, but hopefully Acolyte of Pain will fix that. Well, he's not actually, because we have 6, he has 6, and this is a Hero Power. But cards in hand, he is ahead, so hopefully we'll get to draw some more cards. And we just really want to draw like our Whirlwind so we can stop Mustard for battle before Quartermaster comes out, and we also want to draw just our good mid to late game cards at this point. We have Grom, which is good, but that's interesting. That does clear Armorsmith and this, but that lets us draw 2 cards and gain 2 armor. That also likely means he doesn't have a good 2-drop, or 4-drop rather, because otherwise I don't think he would have done that. Here, we could play the Death Spite and just save it, but he's probably playing Harrison Jones, so that's not great. We could also just play Armor Smith and then armor up. And this deck is probably playing one Owl. It's good to know. Belcher. Black Knight would be a pretty cool draw right now. Baron Geddon. I think I'm just gonna go with Death Spite on this one. That way, if he does have Harrison and only gives him a little bit of value. And I still want to save Execute for something better than that. Now I'm just gonna armor up. And now we're a little bit ahead on cards, so this is looking pretty good so far. But if he has Harrison, then he becomes ahead. So we'll see what happens. That makes sense. The only good 6-drop in the Paladin deck is Sylvanas. All the other things are different mana costs, and Sylvanas is bad now because if he just plays it, I can clear it without it actually stealing anything. So he's probably just going to hero power and play something small. This looks like a great time to develop our Baron Geddon. Even if he has BGH, then he doesn't have BGH for Rag or Grom, and this will clear 2 minions. So it's pretty good value. Also lets us conserve our axe. And next turn we probably want to develop Ragnaros, but we'll see what happens. We do have the opportunity to probably clear whatever he plays, especially since he has to deal with this. There's the BGH, so Ragnaros is probably pretty free now. It'll make him use equality. So we're gonna clear here. Normally I wouldn't play Rag just to hit to the face, since that's not great value. You usually want it killing a creature, but since he did use the BGH, now he has to use an equality plus some sort of damage to clear it. So if he uses equality consecrate for one creature, that's good for us. And if he uses equality in a weapon, he's taking another 8 to the face, which he probably doesn't want to do. Our other option would be like Shield Maiden Axe, but we already used our weapon, so Harrison would just eat the axe. We probably don't want that happening. We could also go like Belcher Armor Up or something, but I think I'm just going to play Rag here. And this will help set this up before we even draw Alexstrasza. He could play Tyrion now. If he plays Tyrion, we'll probably play a Belcher, pop Shield with either this or Axe, and see what our Rag hits. And we still have our own Harrison.
I have no time for games.
Ooh, Sylvanas. So here, we could Cruel Taskmaster the 1/1, play Sludge Belcher, and then hope the Rag hits face, or if it hits Sylvanas, it can steal a Cruel Taskmaster. And we're still saving a Cruel Taskmaster for Grom. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now the question here is, do we want to Axe or do we want to Armor Up? We probably want to Armor Up. If hitting with Axe doesn't enable this to kill particularly faster, so we're just going to Armor Up. Now we want Ragnaros to hit the face. Okay, don't steal Ragnaros. Okay, awesome. So that ended up being fine for us. I still think Rag hitting face might have been better, just because then we have the combo kill if he didn't have a taunt or a heal. But If he casts Lay on Hands now, he dies. So, he probably doesn't want to do that. I think he suspects at this point we have Grom just because we haven't done anything. Quartermaster? Yeah. I don't know, but I probably wouldn't attack with this. So here we have a few options. We can, he obviously doesn't have a BGH or a good way to deal with this, so we can just enrage the Grom with Cruel, hit face, and hope our Rag hits face. Our other option would be to like clear one, play an Axe, clear another one, use Dr. Boom, and I think that's safer than doing this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And just let our Rag get incremental value. And this threatens lethal. Our Rag did end up hitting face, although he might not have if we didn't clear all of that. But I still think this was definitely the safer line than just going face with this. And it looks like, since he's attacking like this, it looks like he doesn't have Consecrate. If we were to lose this, I'd probably counterpick. The other two decks I have remaining are Druid and Fatigue Mage. Fatigue Mage is pretty strong against Paladin, so I'd probably end up picking Fatigue Mage. But this game is looking pretty good for us right now. Especially if he doesn't play a taunt. He's probably going to play Tyrion now, though. He is not. If he doesn't have a Belcher, we just win. And even if he has a Belcher, we might, depending on how the bombs hit. And we have Axe. That was kind of unfortunate. This is going to be a Belcher. Healbot. So if we enrage this, we can deal 16 damage to him, and then we're very slightly off lethal. Once again, I'm going to take the safe line here. There's no reason to lose this game to Equality Consecrate just because we don't want to get lucky with Rag. I'm going to clear the heal bot just in case he returns it to his hand somehow. We definitely don't want to die ourselves, so I'm going to Shield Maiden, Armor Up, and then killing the 3-2 with Execute lets me keep Rag alive another turn, potentially. So I'm going to do that. And at any point we are still threatening lethal with this. And we are definitely ahead on board. He can now afford to cast Lay on Hands though, I believe. Well no, because if he does that no other creature, we clear Rag this. But it depends. There's Tyrion. If we draw Shield Slam, we can actually Shield Slam our own Sylvanas and steal something. So the question now is, do we gamble and try to steal the Tyrion, or do we just kill it? Just killing it seems a lot safer. There's no point in doing this yet. So we can pop it, kill it, hit in the face with this. He gets an Ashbringer, but that's okay because we're fairly high and he can't really clear things with face. And then we can play Sylvanas. Or we can try to gamble and steal the Tyrion, but that seems really risky for no reason. And it's far more likely we get one of these. So I'm gonna do that. Clear it. He gets an Ashbringer. This is 9 damage and we're 21, so you need another 12, so we're not in danger of dying. We're gonna play Sylvanas, we're gonna hit face with this. We also could have cleared this to give Rag a better chance of hitting something we wanted to, but... Equality. Does he have Consecrate? No. Okay. I mean, that's kind of unfortunate, but he's still just dead right now. Maybe not after this, whatever this is. This is Aldor Peacekeeper. That actually still gives us lethal if he doesn't have a taunt. Oh, Harrison. So it looks like we won that game, guys. Since the winner keeps the same deck, we gotta keep Warrior, and he's gonna counter pick us. So I suspect he's gonna pick either Druid or some sort of like Mech Mage type thing. Any sort of mid-range deck that can just play threats faster than we can deal with them. Oh, he actually went for the Warrior Mirror. Okay, so we're going to keep none of these cards. We want our Acolytes of Pain, and we want ways to deal with his Acolytes of Pain like Axe. So we're just going to mulligan everything. I wouldn't say this hand is great, but it's definitely not terrible. Looks like he just passed. No reason to use coin to armor up or do anything of that sort. We have double execute now. So it's probably just going to be a lot of turns of just armoring up. Unless he has Armor Smith, which he might play. Yeah. We'll kill it eventually. We're not particularly worried about it right now. We're just worried about how many cards we have in our hands. Life totals don't matter all that much. Armor matters a little bit, but it's mainly just for shield slams and protection from Alexstrasza. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep armoring up. I want to save the coin for something cooler. We'll probably clear this with Deathbite. And now that he's playing Warrior, we are definitely going to counterpick this with Fatigue Mage. Or actually, the Druid deck is also really good against Warrior. We'll have to think about that. Both decks are fairly good against Warrior. I was expecting him to start with an aggressive deck, which is why I started with Warrior, but looks like he's playing pretty controlling decks. I think I'll probably counterpick with Fatigue Mage, just because it's more fun to watch, but see, I'm not sure if I agree with that. Like, it makes us use another charge of this, but generally, the Warrior Control Mirror is all about fighting to get the most charges out of this, so letting me just kill it with one means he has no other good plays, so no 5-drops probably. We're just going to go ahead and play our Belcher here. Again, we're going to conserve coins so we can coin either Rag or Alexstrasza or something else cool. Fairly even so far. Sure. I don't really want to use executes and stuff on that. We can just use Cruel to pump our Belcher and then trade with it. I kind of like that line more than like playing an Axe and hitting both. So let's do that and armor up. And next turn we can coin Rag if we need to, or it's probably going to play Dr. Boom or Baron Gun here? No. Interesting. Okay, here we have a pretty good Black Knight. And we are playing Black Knight as the only change to the pretty standard Control Warrior deck, just because a lot of people are playing taunts, especially the Taunt Druid deck, which I was kind of expecting him to play in this series. So so we're playing Black Knight. Let's see what comes out here. Shield Slam's kind of bad, but we did get card advantage on that, so we're ahead on cards, behind on armor.
I can take the hit.
Our opponent either doesn't have Shield Slams or really wants to save them. I mean, Ragnaros is probably just the correct play here, but I just get the strongest feeling it's going to hit the face, and then it's going to get BGH'd. But hey, I mean, it was good last game, so... yeah, that was kind of expected. Here comes the BGH. And the fact that it took away a lot of the armor doesn't even matter, because he doesn't have Shield Slams. So that was kind of unfortunate for us. Next turn we're probably gonna like Whirlwind and then coin Alexstrasza, and Whirlwind will clear that. But it all depends on whether he has BGH and what other sort of things he's doing. Oh, Ragnaros. No BGH. Wow, okay. That's really unlucky for him. So, few options here. There's not a really good way to clear this. Whirlwind just gives him 2 armor and reduces the health on this. We could Shield Slam it. I think we're gonna... Harrison doesn't seem great here either. It only removes 1 charge, and it's not a Death Spite, it's a War Axe. He doesn't have... he didn't have a good way to deal with Rag, so we definitely want to Alexstrasza. The question is, do we first want a Whirlwind or to kill this, or do we want to Shield Slam? I think Whirlwind is less valuable. I don't really care about him having armor, so we're gonna Whirlwind to clear. Now we're gonna coin Alex. Take advantage of the fact that he was dealt kind of a bad hand without BGH or Shield Slams. What's in his hand then? Is it just like, he probably has Grom and Cruel Taskmaster then? He might have his own Alexstrasza and just hasn't had a good opportunity to play it. He might have drawn a Shield Slam now. I think he might Shield Slam this. Going in the tank here probably means he didn't draw a Shield Slam. Is he gonna brawl? He's gonna brawl. Oh baby. Armorsmith always survives the brawl. Okay, We need to draw into some board advantage pretty fast, so I actually am gonna Harrison now. Then I'm gonna play Belcher. There's Dr. Boom. We could play Belcher, we could also Axe to clear the Armorsmith. Yeah, I actually like that better. We can save Belcher for when we need it more. We're a little bit ahead in card advantage, and next turn we're just going to play Dr. Boom to control the board, unless he plays something insane. We have double execute, so we can clear basically anything we want. Oh, now he's getting multiple cards off of Acolyte, which is going to make this harder. Death Spite, okay. So we're not going to play Dr. Boom yet, just because this gives him an easy way to clear it. We're also going to execute this just to stop him from drawing more cards. Then we're going to clear this. Then we're going to play Belcher, so hopefully use a Death Spite to clear it, but we're also going to play Acolyte. And once he uses Death Spite to clear it, then we can play Dr. Boom and get some bombs. Looks like he is going to clear it. Maybe not. Shield block. He hasn't played these two cards for a long time, so I think he does have, one of them is Grom, probably. Another one might be Alexstrasza, although I feel like that was a good draw. I feel like he would have played Alexstrasza by now, like this turn, instead of shield blocking. Another Death Spite. So one of them was Death Spite, so this is another late game card. These he's drawn recently. He's already used Brawl. He hasn't used BGH yet, but this has 2 charges, so he would have to destroy it to clear the bomb. So we are going to play Dr. Boom. I actually am going to play Armor Smith just in case he uses AoE to clear, because he's already used Brawl, so there's no point in not getting ahead on board. We're not too worried about the Shield Slam being sort of defective because we have Execute and BGH. This is the worst possible position for Warrior when you've already used your Brawl but you're still behind on board. It's very hard to win from this position. So he plays his Dr. Boom, and he drew his BGH. Okay, I'm gonna draw a card first before deciding on a course of action, because we have a lot of different interesting ones here. Okay, now I definitely just want to Shield Slam it rather than using BGH, but let's clear this bomb. Gotta draw another card. So now we actually get to Shield Slam without even playing this, but we still probably want to play this. I think we go like this, then like this, and then we could also execute it. Actually, executing it is probably better, because we can save the Shield Slam for later now. If we get less armor, Shield Slam also becomes draw a card or a Grom activator. So I'm a little bit ahead here just because I drew my cards in a better sequence. So he played Alexstrasza. He's likely trying to set up a Grom combo or just get something on board. We're just gonna BGH it. Then so obviously we go face with all of these. I don't want to use this quite yet just because it's a better Grom activator on the spot, but we are gonna hit him in the face with Death Spite, as that'll let us draw cards, gain armor, and threatens lethal next turn. And next turn we can do this here to draw into Grom. So you see sort of the tournament strategy here. He counterpicked Warrior because he felt more comfortable with his Warrior deck. He's probably experienced with it, but he drew his cards in a poor order, and since we're playing very similar decks, that ended up being bad for him. He picked Paladin first because it's very strong against a variety of decks. I picked Warrior for the same reason. And then I have two very sort of polarized decks with Fatigue Mage, which is really bad against Hunter, and Druid, the combo Druid, which is kind of bad against the Taunts Druid, and then I can have those two counterpick decks based on what my opponent was playing. And that's just sort of how you play the best of threes that so many, like ESL and other tournaments, are using as their challenge cups and qualifiers and stuff. Looks like he's using his Grom to clear here. Oh no, he's just... So we don't have lethal here, so we're probably just gonna kill the Grom. Armor up more, and hit him in the face. Once again, threatening lethal. And as you can see, he had a lot of armor advantage in the beginning, but because I had card advantage, I was able to overcome that. So card advantage is what really matters in Wolf Control Warrior Mirrors. And we actually have a lot of different ways to have lethal here, but we're going to do it with Baron Geddon because that's the coolest way. Thanks for watching, guys, and feel free to check out the rest of the article for like links to the decks and stuff. And if you liked any of the decks we played, you can check them out on Temple Storm. All of them have articles. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed some of the strategy there, and I will see you later.